discuss about the HANA backups. So how to take the HANA backups and types of backups. So those things today we will discuss about the those things here today. Okay. So SAP HANA backups here. SAP HANA so backups and restore part and restore activities. Restore. So to HANA backups. So why backups are required? To ensure the consistency of the, so to ensure the, in case of any data to recovery purpose, to recover the data. So to recover the data in case of your database is crashed, some data got deleted. In case of if you want to recover the data, then we can use the HANA backup and restore method. We can use it here. Backup and the restore method, we can use it here, right? That is the one thing here, right? So that is so, but so but the restore also we have to do that one. So not only taking the backup, but we need to do the restore also. In case of the restore is required, we have to take the so backup, and same backup we have to do the restore also here, right? So they are the types of backups are there in the HANA database level. In the HANA database level, so they are the mainly there are the two types are there here. There are the two types of backups here, right? So one backup is called the full DB backup, full database backup here. The second type of backup is like a delta backups here. Delta backups here. Delta backups means, so here the delta backup means one is the incremental backup, incremental backup. The second one is the so differential backup here, right? So differential backup here, incremental backup and differential backup we have here, right? So these are the types of backups we have in the HANA database level here. So these backups we have to take it from the HANA Studio level or HANA Cockpit level. So we can take the backups here, right? So studio level manually we can take it out. So suppose if you want to automate the backups taking procedure and everything, either you need to write the scripts or at operating system level, or you need to schedule from the HANA cockpit level. HANA cockpit level. So you need to do the scheduling that option. So automatically it will take that backup and it will remove the so required things from the backup perspective here, right? So that is the one thing here. So let's try to understand the so full DB backup. What is mean by full DB backup here? So full DB backup means it will, the full DB backup means here, so entire data will be backed up. Suppose if you take this is the your database. So suppose take the this is your database here, right? So in the database, if you split the, so if you split into the week or daily wise, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday here, right? We have the 3 days, so 7 days. Then so backups you have scheduled it here, right? So full DB backup means, what is mean by full DB backup means, suppose Monday when you are taking the backup, then full DB backup means entire data will be backed up. Entire all your data, this data will be backed up here. Entire data will be backed up in the systems, right? Means either it will store into the file system backup or backend, entire data will be backed up. Your production data, backup data will be backed up in this case here, right? So that is the so full DB backup here. So in case and means full DB means complete data backup, complete entire data, whatever the data is there starting of the day to so till now, whatever the data is there in the database level, entire data will be backed up. Entire data, right? Suppose if you are taking on the Tuesday, then from starting of the day 1 to till date, whatever the data is there in this two here, so that data will be backed up here. Whatever the data is there, that data will be backed up here. This data will be backed up here, right? So that is the main thing here, right? So whatever the data is there, that data will be backed up in this case here, right? That is the one thing here. right? So this one from here entire data will be backed up here, right? So that is the one thing here. So suppose in the Wednesday, if you are taking the full backup again from starting of the day 1 to till Wednesday, whatever the date you are taking the backup, all the data will be backed up here. This is the full DB backup. All the data will be backed up here. This is called the full database backup here. Every day, starting of the day 1 to till date, all the data will be backed up. Okay, got it? This is called the full data backup here, right? So when it comes to the incremental backup here, right? Incremental backup means, right? So first day one, like Monday, suppose like, let me write it here. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday here, right? So this is the entire week backup. So why? Because backups we have to take the regularly, daily, every day, midnights. The backups will run it in the systems here, right? So this one, so Monday you have taken the backup here, right? So Monday, right? So Monday, when you take the backup on Monday, so entire DB data will be backed up here, right? So Tuesday, so entire same data from Monday to Tuesday, all the data will come. So complete backup means now you understand, right? Entire data will be backed up. Entire data, only data will be backed up here. Whatever the business data coming to the HANA database level, entire data will be backed up here, right? So now when it comes to the incremental backup here, Monday we have to take the full backup here. Monday we have to take the full backup here, right? So Monday you need to take the full backup here. Then Tuesday when you are taking the incremental backup. Why? Because this incremental backup and differential backup, this delta backup is required. The first full backup is required. So Monday you have taken the full backup. Sir, if I take the full backup on Tuesday also, again all the same file, same data, duplicate data is coming, and additionally new data is also coming. Then I don't need this much of data. Why? Because my file system will be full. So I need only whatever the data is increased on the last 24 hours, only that data only I need to take the backup. So in this case, the first you take the full DB backup. Then after that, when you are taking the Tuesday, then Monday you have taken the full backup. Then so the Tuesday last 24 hours, the data will be backed up. So when you are taking the Tuesday backup, Wednesday backup here, from Tuesday to Wednesday, the data will be backed up here. When you are taking the Thursday, then Wednesday to Thursday, the data will be backed up, right? Friday, only this data will be backed up, which means, so incremental backup, if you are taking, first it will take the full DB backup. First, it will take the full DB backup. Then after that, so when you are taking the incremental backup, then when was the last full backup completed? And Monday. Then Monday to Tuesday, this will take the incremental backup. Then when you are taking the Wednesday backup, when was the last backup completed? Tuesday. Then Tuesday to till the time Wednesday, whatever the data is newly data created in the database level, that data will be backed up here. Then Thursday, Wednesday to Thursday, whatever the data is there, that data will be backed up here, right? So Friday, that data will be backed up here. So like this, so we have to take the backup of the database on the daily, right? That is called the incremental backup here. So one thumb rule for the incremental backup is required the last completed backup, any backup, either so either any incremental backup or previously so done the any full backup, that backup is required here, right? So incremental backup is required, the any one of the completed backup is required, successful backup is required, right? That it will take it out. But when it comes to the differential backup, the differential backup also require the one full backup is required. First full backup, it will look it out here. Then when you are taking the Tuesday, then it will look the what when was the last full backup you have taken? Monday. Then Monday to Tuesday, whatever the data we receive it, only that data will be backed up. Monday to Tuesday, whatever the data we receive it, only that data will be backed up here. Then when you are taking the Wednesday backup, then Tuesday, Wednesday, this data will be backed up. Why? Because differential backup always require the last full backup. So differential backup always look the last full backup it was happened, it will look it out here. But when it comes to the incremental backup, last any one of successful backup, last any one of successful backup here. This is the important thing here. Last any one of the successful backup which we have to take it out here. This is the thumb rule we have to follow it here. So suppose on Friday when you want to take the in the Friday when you want to take the incremental, so differential backup here Friday, then when was the last full backup completed? Monday. Then Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday. So this many data, this much of this 4 days data, it will be backed up here. This data will be backed up here. So, but incremental backup always look the last any one of the successful backup, either full backup or DB backup, either incremental, either any backup, like either so data, either any full DB backup or incremental backup or any differential backup, it should be completed. Then when you are taking the incremental backup, it will take the, so when was the last backup completed? Any backup. So Friday, then Friday to this one it completed. So when you want to take the differential backup on Sunday, then when was the last full backup happened? Monday. Then Monday to, so then Sunday, whatever the data we received it, all the data will be backed up here. All the data will be backed up in this case here. Right? This is the some differences between the so HANA data backup here. So here, when you are taking the backup, it will take the backup of the slash HANA data here. This is called the data backup types here. When you are taking the slash HANA log folder, this is the log backup. This log backups automatically will run every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes once. Every 15 minutes, this log backups will be executed here. Automatically, it will be executed in the HANA system. So this data backup, we have to manually take the this DB backup. We have to manually take the this DB backup here. So now see, if we go to the SAP level using the HANA Studio System DB, we can take the backup here. In the HANA Studio System DB, we can take the backup of the system here, right? So if you see here, if you go to the backup catalog here, it will show the what are the backups are completed as of now. Is there any backup has been taken for this database, or so this backup details it will display in this screen here. Backup details will be displayed in this screen here. That is the backup part here, right? See here, so backup readiness check report is executing. Then maybe we can also right click and so go to the backup and recovery. So take the backup of the either system database and tenant database. Both we can do it from the here, right? So you can also take the data from the system database and tenant also you can take it out here, right? Either any backup. So most of the we have to take the both the backups. In case of but system DB there is no data, it will be completed quickly only. But in the tenant DB we need to take the backups here. Tenant databases we have to take the backups here. That is the one of the important thing here. So backup console is opening here, but it's slow. Let me restart. So let me try to restart the VM. A lot of databases are installed and it is getting hung. So there are the multiple index servers also they have created. So actually it's not required. So whoever installed it, just you can remove those. So that index those things.
Acha, by the way, I'll tell you something. Power BI is actually 10 times better than Microsoft Excel. And yes, I know. So,
So we have to wait for VM to come back. So then we can take the backup and the same backup, we can restore it on the either same system or different system also. We can do the restore here. So that's possible here. So in that case, what we have to do? So we need to, so first of all, check whether the system is up and running. Why? Because it's all of the online backup. So when the system is up, then only we have to take the backup here. When the system is up, then only we have to take the this backups, we have to take it out here, right? So still it is loading. So let's see. Okay. So here the databases data without login to without switching on the database, without on the database, we cannot take the backup here, right? So first DB should be started status here. So we have to start the database here. So then only so we can bring up the so we can take the data backup here. That backup we can take it out here. So see here how much time it is taking starting the HANA database because of the memory. The memory is getting loaded from the data disk to. So in memory level, in the RAM level, the data is getting loaded. So that is the reason. So means it's reloading the data from so disk to main memory level. It is reloading here.
Ravi, also we can use watch command, right? To watch the.
Sorry.
Also we can use the watch command, right? Get process list watch command.
That is also we can use it. Yeah.
Okay.
SAP control command, we can use it in front of that one. We can use the watch SAP control that will keep on checking it here. So yeah, that is, and this is also we can check it out. Yeah, both the commands will work.
Okay.
But here, when the backups are running HANA backups, so system should be up and running. So suppose if you take the Oracle, some other databases, we can also take the offline backup also. Offline backup means when the system is not available, so we can means we can down the system and we can also take the that backup. That is also possible here. So online backups are possible, offline backup also possible. So whereas in the HANA database, so it's not possible here. See, so we have the databases like so 43, 44. So what are these databases? If you go to the CD trace, here we can find out the what are the databases are installed, what are the new tenants got created here, right? So if I go ahead here, someone created the HOD, HOD and PV1. So basically it's not required here. So then what we can do? So right click and go to the SQL console, then you know, right, how to stop the so HANA database. So using the alter commands here. So then first of all, let me stop the this database, alter system, stop. Okay. So database name here. So the database name, and also we have the one more database or one more tenant also created by the our guys here, right? So that is called the PV1 database here, right? So then you can use the PV1 database. So two commands the same time I'm executing here, right? Two commands I'm executing here so that so this HANA, this will be stopped status here. So we can check in the status bar, in the progress bar, we can check the what commands are executing or not. We can check it out here. Right? See here, this is executing here. So these commands are executing here. So which means here the index servers, whatever the index process are up and running here, so those will be stopped status here. So if you go to the DB, so info here,
Yeah, maybe Ravi, do we need to stop both system and tenant databases? Or
no, this is
is
the new tenants our guys are created, right? I'm only stopping the tenant databases without stopping the system DB. If I try to stop the system DB, then immediately remaining process also will be down. So without impacting the the existing HDB and system database, I am just shutting down the only tenants. Tenants I am only shutting down here, which means so people they have installed the some other databases, so it's not required, so that I have disabled it here. See, it's got executed only one index server, one system DB is down. But if you execute the HDB stop command, it will stop the all the tenants, system DB, tenant DB, everything will be everything will be stopped here. So I am also dropping the so database here, drop database. Drop means so deletion here. So we can also delete the that tenant databases. We can delete it here. Drop database name here. So it is So doing the work, no. Drop database spelling mistake. Okay, so then you can execute. So the command will be executed here, which means it will delete the data from the databases here. So now backup side from system DB only we have to, so from using the system DB only we have to take the, so this backups directly from tenant DB we cannot take it out here, right? Only this backups we have to take it out here only from system DB, right click and take the backup. So from system DB to system DB to tenant DB, both the backups we can take it from the system DB databases here. Yeah. So the drop command also executed here. So then the next one is the backup check. The backup thing is executing here, right? Which means we will get the backup console screen. We will get it here. See here. So this is got executed here. This is got executed here. So all the data, maybe you may get the CCD, some free up the memory and everything. Free up the memory. It will delete the data from tenant database got deleted. So whatever the data there in the tenant database that got so released it now. So now, so let's, why backup screen is not open. So there is a backup screen, backup. So screen will open. So from there, we can take the backups here. In that screen, we can take the backups there. So already one screen is open here. So we can check the performance using the top command. So it's for it to respond. So here it will tell you the which is causing the very high memory, high CPUs and everything here. So the top command will help you to so clear the some so information. Check the so whether the which process which command is taking the very longer duration. So all the information will be displayed in the top command here. So let me close the studio. So it's not responding the HANA Studio. HANA Studio got hung status. So let me see. Okay. So we have closed the HANA Studio. So run the studio. Okay. So here, so I'm connecting to the tenant database, system database, but because through system DB only we have to take the this one. So let me. Okay. So here, so right click. So system and DB and backup of the tenant database here. Backup of the tenant database. So now see it is opened. Just click on the tenant database. Click on the next button. So then here you see the backup console. So which type of backup you are going to take it out here? So complete backup or differential backup or incremental backup here. So you without taking the first time when the database backup, first time we need to take the complete DB backup, we have to take it out. Complete the DB backup, we have to take it out here, right? So then otherwise, when you take the without taking the complete backup here, then if you are taking this one here, so then what will I, this is the backup destination here, backup destination where the backup files will be stored. Then the backup naming convention, if it's the differential backup, it will create like diff data backup, something like that here. It is the complete backup. It will take the complete data backup. It will take it out here. It is the incremental INC backup. The prefix will be created like this here, right? So without taking the first complete backup here, if you, so there is a destination type, either the file backup means in your file system level, the data backup files will be created that you can use for the restore. And also in the back end is like third party tools, some other third party tools, they will take the backup of the your database and everything here. So now without taking this backup, if you go ahead and create this one, this will tell you, so this delta backups requires the previous one full backup is required, one full DB backup is required. So which means first time when you're taking the backup, so that you need to take the one complete database backup. We have to take it out here. Complete DB backup, we have to take it out here. Complete backup. Then it will create the some file set. It will take the tenant we are doing like access engine, then index server data backup will be created here, right? Access engine, index server backup files will be created here. So in the OS level, it will take the backup here. In the OS level, so there is a one folder is created here that is called the backup. Inside of the backup, you have the files will be created here, data backup, right? Then files will be created here. You can see the so files. They are the files operating system level. So tenant. Then in the tenant level, you have the files like complete data backup, complete data backup, complete data backup files got created here. Right? Backup is successful here. So now, so like this, if you take the backup of the incremental backup here, then right click on the this one, then take the backup and the backup of the so tenant database. So then here you can use the concept like maybe incremental backup or differential backup, you can take it out here. You can take it out here. So this way we can take the backups here. This way we can take the backups here. It will create the some files at operating system level. Some files at operating system level. It will create it here. There are the three files will be created here. One is the name server, access engine, and index. So that index one, it will created here. Index server will be created here. That is the complete data backup you have taken here. That is the one thing here, right? Complete DB backup you have taken here. So now suppose if the backups are deleted, then we cannot do the recovery. Maybe if you go to the backup recovery wizard here, there we can find out the so the last in the catalog we can find out the what time the backup is completed here. Then you can see the how many times backups completed. So then you can see the since at what time to what time. Then you can see the what is the size of the backup here, how much time it is taken here. You can also check the delta backups here. You can also check the log backups here. So all the information will be backed up. All the information will be showed in the backup catalog here. In the backup catalog, we can see the all the information of the so data here. Right? Suppose if you want to do the restore, so backups, right? So now you understand the backups here, right? They are the types. There are the three types of backups here, right? Full DB backup means complete backup. Entire data will be backed up here. Next one is the so incremental backup here. So only the increased data will be backed up. Only the increased data will be it will be last 24 hours after the full backup. So after the any backup, whatever the data we receive, only that data will be backed up here. So the differential backup means so the data which is last, when was the last full backup completed, only that data will be backed up here. That is called the differential backup here. That is called the differential backup, incremental backup, and the delta backups here. These are the so types of backups we have here, right? But always differential backup always look well the one full backup. But the incremental backup always look the so once any one of the successful backup out of these three, any one of the one successful backup is required here, right? So now so you can also take the other backups also, you can take it out here. Other backups also you can take it out. So we can also do the recovery of the tenant database. Suppose you want to do the recovery on the same system, something got you deleted. Suppose example on the system here yesterday, so we created the one user, right? So suppose example so yesterday we created the one user. So Ravi user we created. So I'm going to delete the Ravi user here, right? So Ravi user I deleted here in the system device. So Ravi user is deleted, right? So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to recover the Ravi user, which using the last backup, I'm going to recover it here. So then recover the tenancy database, select the which database, select the next button here. Then, so there are the recovery also three types here. Recover the database to its most recent state, the which is the most recent state. You can use that most recent state. Then you can also recover the database in the point in time recovery. Point in time recovery here. Point in time recovery means so up to that point, what is the timestamp you have to give it up to that timestamp, it will be recovered here. Suppose if you want to recover the database to the most recent state, so database itself, it will check the when was the last log backup, successful backup, consistency status, then it will take the that recovery. Suppose example, let's do most recent state. So what is the most recent state, up to what time it will be recovered, then it will show the information here. So while doing the recovery, your database will be stopped status here, your database services will be stopped status here. So since you selected the most recent state, then database itself, it will check the in the backup catalog when is the last backup completed, then when was the, so your log files also created, it will check the all the information. So you can just initiate the log area. In the log area, it will check the what is the last backup completed, then it will do the recovery. It is doing the recovery now, right? Recovery means so whatever the data, it will check which is the latest timestamp of the backup is available, then it is doing the recovery it is doing here. Means whatever the data you have deleted, let's see whether the data will be available, or so it will show the information here now. So here the recovery completed here. Two volumes were recovered it here. Then so you can check the now. So the user, whether the user is created or not, just refresh and see. So now you will come to know the yes, recovery Ravi user is created here. Right? See, Ravi user is again, we back to the Ravi user. So most recent state, which is the most recovery state that got recovered it here. Same as like here, you can also recover the database to the point in time recovery. Point in time recovery means suppose, so if you can give you the what point your data will be, suppose like which timelines you want to recover it here. Suppose example, so recover the point in time. Suppose like now 7:45. So I want to recover the database to the 7. So 7:30 up to 7:30. I want to recover the data. So up to 7:31. I want to means I want to bring the database back to the up to 7:30 timelines. After the 15 minutes time, there is something is happened in the database. I don't need that data. So I need up to that data only. I want to recover it here. Now it will check the are there any backups are available till 7:30 and any lock backups are available. It will check. If the no backups are available, then it will show the message like you have no backups are available, something like that here, right? But why? Because we have not now few minutes back only we have taken the backup. So there is no that backups are not available. Then you can change the timelines to the 7:40 up to 7:40. Let's see whether you can grab something, we can pitch something in the catalog here. So it will always look the catalog, whatever the data is there, it will look the catalog informations and everything here. Right? So there is a backup we found 7:40, right? So then, why? Because 7:38 we have taken the backup. So 7:40 series, it got find it here. Then up to you are recovering the data up to so 7:40 only, now 47, right? Then your data will be recovered back to the up to 7:40 only here. Okay, oh, is mandatory if the log mode was set. So someone set the log mode, change the log mode, I guess. we can perform 740. So initiate the log area. So failing option clear log is mandatory. The log board was set to override. So someone changed one of the HANA database parameter to the override. So it's creating the problem here. So that is the reason. So now you can perform the one more recover to the specific data backup. Specific data backup means is whatever the data backup you have, whatever the backup you have. So suppose like you have the backup in this location, then you can choose in this location. So the you can choose whatever the data backup is there, you can choose that location, you can do the recovery. That is also you can do the recovery. So most recent state and up to the timestamp, and so we have the up to the backup, whatever the backup time you have taken up to that backup, your data will be backed up here. Your data will be, so your data will, you will take the backup of the database here. Means you are recovering to the up to that one.
Hello, Ravi. Hello.
Okay, so there are the two volumes were recovered it here. So which means up to the data, up to that backup, whatever the last backup you have, up to that backup got recovered it here. So which means when was the last backup you have taken? This is the one. So up to at what time? This is the 738. So you recovered the database backup to the up to 738 here. So like this, so we can take the backups, and if something got deleted, we can do the recovery also. We can perform the recovery of the database also. We can take it out here, right? Select it and click on the next button. Then so you can do the point in time recovery, most recent state, or means, so for this recover the data, you require the log backup also. The log backup will happen every 15 minutes once. So as part of the configuration, you can see the log backup will happen every 15 minutes once, right? So then, so automatically it will happen here. So if you disable it here, then the log backup will not happen here, right? So 15 minutes to 15 minutes means the data backup happened today. Tomorrow again you are taking the, means up to the timestamp is not possible without the log backup here. Only up to that backup only we can take it out. After the backup again data received, so then this logs we cannot recover it here, we cannot restore it in the systems here without log backups here. So log backups also required to perform the with particular timestamp, or to perform the recovery with the particular timestamp, and to perform the recovery with the so other things. Then so most recent state or particular timestamp and everything, you recover the log backups are required. Without log backups, we cannot do the recovery. That is the main thing here. Okay, so now you can use the multiple scenarios here, right? So delete the some users, then recover it, and create the users and recover it. Let's see whether the users will come into the system or not. So then that way you can observe it whether the data is recovering or not. You can see it here, right? Now Ravi user deleted. Then you can also do the recovery you can perform it. Then we will come to know whether the data is coming or not. So like that, some other test cases also you can execute it, then it will give you the results here. So main thing you should know about the how many types of backups? 3. right? Incremental backup, differential backup, and full backup. Full backup is entire data will be backed up, but incremental backup only whatever the data increased in the last 24 hours. So then that data only backed up here, right? Then what about the differential backup? Differential backup, it will check the when was the last full backup completed. Then after that, the data, whatever the data is there, all the data will be backed up here. So it will create the some files. Why? Because you are taking the file system level backup. So it will create the some file system level space and it will occupy the spaces and everything here. But if you delete these files, you cannot recover the system here. Why? Because this all the data of the your backup will be stored into the in this folder here. So right. So you need to recover it. Then your data will be back to the normal status here. Okay, that is the backup and recovery part. So you can use the some test scenarios. We cannot take the backup from the system DB. There is no option, right? There is no backup taking option. Only system DB only tenant not possible. Only system DB you can take the backup and recovery options. Okay. Got it? Any questions? So you can use it, system DB, same passwords, yesterday passwords only. Then you can do the some test cases, executions, and everything. Okay?
Hello, Ravi.
Yes, fine.
In real time, like running project, the backup things are automated, right?
Yeah, these things are automated, but the thing is, whenever you are doing the any activity, you have to manually perform it. Normally, these things will be done in the automated during the midday or early morning hours. So when the system is lost load, that time your backups will be executed. So, but the next day after the backup to backup, you have the 24 hours gap in between. If you are doing the activity, so that time, so you need to first of all initiate the backup. So this way we have to take the backups. Then once the backups are in there, you can do the any activities in the database level. Something got crashed, DB got crashed, then immediately you can recover the data backup to the previous whatever the last backup you have taken, you can. But if you wait for the last night backup, there is a gap, 24 hours or 18 hours gap in between. There are a lot of data into the database level that changes may be gone, right? So this way you need to do the this backup. So any activities, this is a manual activity, but in the real time, this procedure will be automated actually.
Can we do that automated process here also in HANA DB?
But at HANA Studio level is not possible. So in this case, we need to have the HANA cockpit is required. So with HANA cockpit, we have to do this installations. HANA cockpit installation, we have to perform it. Then there we have to configure it here. Studio level, there is no. So there is no configurations like this.
Which team perform these activities like automated things for the backup? Basis team perform these things or?
Basis only, basis only.
Okay. And for the recovery part, do we require downtime? Because the database
Recovery,
is
yeah,
getting,
definitely. When doing the recovery, system will be down automatically.
so we
Your
require
HANA
downtime,
database
right?
will be stopped status.
Okay. So we require downtime, right?
Yeah, definitely you require the downtime.
Okay.
Okay, maybe Ravi, what scenarios this log will be full? Like in
Log
Oracle, we
situation
have a
means if
archive
the
structure.
log situation when it will be full in case of log backups are not happening. Why? Because there are a lot of logs are generating, transactional logs are generating, slash and all log will be become full. So this log backup will clear the some log segments and everything. That folder will be free. So in case of your log backup is not happening since long back you are not observed it, then your log volume is full. There is a difficult to increase the log value. So maybe we can extend it. It is the cloud, but there is a downtime and everything is required. So in this case, there is a different methods we have to follow it here. So when the backup is not running log backup, so that time your log volume will be log full situations will happen.
Okay, okay. Right. One more question. Like, is there any file size limitation for HANA database? Like in
No,
Oracle, we have the size limit, right, for each and every data file. Similar to that, do we have any limitations for the file system?
so either terabytes of Okay. So please just to test it out, some test scenarios. Then so we'll see how it will goes. Okay. Okay. So thank you guys. So we'll talk tomorrow then. Bye.
Hello, Ravi.